Okay.
If you don't mind, Mariana, before we start, I'd just like to say I'm very grateful to be here. And thank you for coming out. We've come a long way to be with you, and you've come a long way to be with us. And our time together is precious. Most of us have, what, 80, 90, 100 years? But we don't know how many more seconds we have in the earth school. But we do know that there's a reason for being in the earth school. And we've come together tonight to celebrate that. And each in our own ways have traveled great distances to be here at this moment, at this convergence of energy and love and thought and discord that is the earth school. So welcome from the center of my heart. I'm very grateful to be here with you.
I'm also grateful to be here with you. What a joy to be in this bookstore, in this area. This is a special place. We've never presented here, but I've been in this bookstore quite a few times. And I'm really grateful to be with all of you and wherever you came from. Really grateful to be talking about spiritual partnership with you and authentic power.
Thank you. I too am grateful. I think I said way more than I needed to about my level of gratitude. It runs so deep. I do want to say, I actually want to ask a couple of folks out there, has anybody read the book? Could you give me a show of hands? Thank you. So about maybe a little bit less than half. And I'm assuming...
Quite a bit less.
Quite a bit less. Well, we're going to remedy that. There will be a test at the end of the evening. No. Okay, so Gary and Linda, you've come together, I don't know, what, 17 years ago now. And did you know then anything about spiritual partnership? Or were you drawn together like most of us with that thumping heart, I can't eat, I can't sleep, you can't stop thinking about the person? Like, what was it like for you? No? No? Okay.
You really want to know?
I'm not going to give you anything.
Oh yes, I'm going to give it all to you. Or as much as you want.
Yeah.
That's a good question, how Linda and I began our spiritual partnership. It was at a retreat for me when I saw Linda for the first time. And the first thing I noticed about her was that I wanted to push her away. She was, it was a New Age retreat, so there was a lot of hugging going on. And the one who gave the most wonderful hugs was Linda. And 2 minutes, minute and a half. And I didn't want to be hugged by her, and I thought that was an anomaly. So I went to her, and I told her, I don't know why it is I don't want to be hugged by you, and I'm pushing you away, but I won't reject your love. Not a romantic love, but just the love that I could see this person had to give. And through that event, we began to be put together. A friend would save me a seat at a musical performance, and a friend would save, of Linda's would save her a seat, and they'd be together. So we'd start to see each other. In the meantime, I was curious about my pushing this one person out of all of the beautiful New Age people that were at this event outside of Mount Shasta away. And then one day, she gave me one of those wonderful 2-minute hugs. And that was very exciting to me, if you know what I mean. And it's pretty hard not to share your excitement if you're a man and you're getting a 2-minute, wonderfully warm hug. And I did everything I could not to be excited. And for 7 years, I had been what I considered to be a secular monk. And I tried to stop being excited, and suddenly I felt a pain in my sacrum, the very base of my torso. It was like a thermonuclear explosion. I hurt. I started to sweat. I didn't know if I could stand up. It was very, very painful. And afterwards, I thought about what had happened. During those 7 years as a secular monk, in fact, most of my life since I was a sex addict, I had tried to avoid my sexuality. I tried to pretend that I was non-sexual or asexual, but it wasn't working. And Linda's hug showed me that. I come from a small town in Kansas, and when I was in high school, they built a bypass on the 2-lane highway that went right through the town. So the town's here, and the bypass comes down and then around and then down again. That's town. That's symbolic of my sexual energy. I tried to bypass it. And I saw in that experience with you, beloved, that I couldn't do it. That I was literally hurting myself. Then, a day or two later, I decided I wanted to share this with Linda. We were walking by a stream. And I shared this with her because it was important to me. It was something that I was learning about myself. And then as the retreat went on, I seemed to be spending more and more time with Linda, and it was a little annoying because at the end of it, friends would say, were telling me, let's go to the waterfall and have a swim. You going to invite Linda? No, I don't want to invite Linda. What is it? Linda, Linda, Linda. And so, what is happening? And so the retreat was over. I went back to Mount Shasta, and then Linda moved to Mount Shasta. Oh. And we started to see each other. She didn't move because of me. That was clear. But she did move. She had motivations of her own. And then I began to see her. And sometimes I felt uncomfortable being with you. And other times I had fun at being with you. But whether I was having fun or pushing her away, I realized I looked forward to being with her the next time. And after about 4 or 5 months, a thought occurred to me, I think I'm in a relationship. It wasn't like any that I'd had in the past. It didn't have a sexual start in which we had a strong sexual bond, and then I tried to sort things out for months after that. In fact, we deliberately were not sexual with each other. So that's how my spiritual partnership began with Linda, although we didn't think of it specifically in those terms.